Hey guys, thank you for tuning into today's video. So as you can see by the title of this video what this is about, but as always in my videos I want to dive deeper. This video is for you. I'm not making this video in any way to like show off or brag about being able to travel, but I want to help you guys understand the impact, the importance that I feel of traveling is. And I want to start with the story from this TV show that I watched. I'm not going to say what TV show it is, but I kind of just want to put a thought in your guys' head before I roll into this video. So pretty much I was watching this TV show and there was this guy. He was probably in his late 30s, early 40s, and on the show he had the opportunity to travel, something that he has not really ever had the chance to do, and that really hit home for me. And it was this thing that he said that really hit home even more. Basically they were doing kind of like a segment, you know, in a show when someone tells their story or whatnot. They're somewhere beautiful shooting, just talking about their life. Well, basically in the guy's segment he talked about how he was, I don't think he said his age, or maybe he said in the last 30 years or something. Yeah, I don't think he said his age, but he said basically something along the lines of, I've been alive all these years and I have never seen the ocean. Let that sit in for a second. I know not everyone has had the opportunity to go to the ocean. The lake is even nice, or the river. But can you imagine being in your 30s or 40s and not being able to, or seeing the ocean for the very first time? For me, I cannot imagine. I think everyone must experience traveling outside of their city, outside of their town, outside of their neighborhood, outside of their state, outside of the country at some point. Traveling, it changes you, and it really made me sad to think about. There are a lot of people in the world and a lot of people don't get to travel. Some people, they're afraid to travel just because of a lot of things that people talk about. But when you actually travel, you realize that all these places are what people made them sound. There's so much more. And I'm making this video today not only because I absolutely love traveling, it has helped me grow as a person. I've been able to experience things, cultures, people, different ways of life that I have never otherwise been able to experience. I also want to share with you guys, if you are looking to travel or if you haven't yet had the opportunity, I want to encourage and excite you guys to push for that, because I want that for you. I don't have any regrets in life, but one of the things I wish I had done sooner and not put off as a younger person is traveling. It is like one of the most liberating, life-changing experiences of your life, anyone's life. And yeah, there's dangers, and yeah, traveling isn't for everyone, but every person needs to at least travel once. And I'm making this video to not only talk about traveling because I just love it. It's one thing that feeds my soul, but to also encourage and excite you guys to want that for yourselves and to push for that. I want to start by saying, obviously traveling costs money, but there's so many affordable options and things you could do to just make it happen for you. And I want to talk about those as well as my favorite way to travel, the way I get to see more places in a trip, and just my number one way to travel. And if you guys have any questions, comment down below. I'm not going to go into detail about where I've been. I don't think that's important to this video. Alright, so let's roll into this video. So first and foremost, I want to talk about the importance of traveling and why you should do everything you can to make it happen for yourself. I brushed up a little bit about it in the beginning of this video, but I just want to talk about it because I think it's so important. And there's so many ways that you can make it happen for yourself. So I'm going to kind of talk about those things first, and then I will talk about just what traveling does for me so that you guys could see just kind of how it has affected me, just so that you guys could feel encouraged to do the same. And then lastly, I want to talk about my #1 favorite way to travel, why, and then as well as other affordable options to travel so that you can make it happen for yourself. Okay, so first and foremost, traveling is important. It's important for you to see that the world is not as small. It's not set in the ways of the city limits that you were brought into, that not everyone is the same, not everyone thinks the same, not everything you hear about a certain place is what makes that place. When you travel, you not only grow as a person, but you feed your soul, your mind grows, you're experiencing different ways of life, you're experiencing things that make you more thankful and appreciative for the life that you live. Traveling pushes you to want to do more or do better, just because based off of things you may see. Traveling changes you as a person, and I think too many people don't have the opportunity, and it makes me sad, and I want that for you. Like, I've had the opportunity. I don't get to travel as much as I wish. Traveling is a must. You gotta do it. Even if you're afraid, it's gonna change you in ways that just feel like so liberating. Like, it's gonna change you. And I am so passionate about travel. It's not something that everyone is blessed to do as frequent as other people, but if there's one thing in your life that you need to experience, is to travel. Start small and then work your way out of the country, out of your state. Just do what you can to make it happen. All right, so not only does it change you as a person, but no person should wait or be pushed into an opportunity when they're like nearly 40 years old to say, for the first time in my life, I have been out of my city, I have been out of my state. I couldn't imagine that. The world is so much bigger, and there's so much to experience and to see. And in addition to all of that, I feel like it helps you find yourself. It's not something that I could really explain. It's just something that you have to experience to kind of understand. And yeah, so now I want to talk about what traveling has done for me. So if you watched my other video that I'm going to link below, it's the video where I wrote a letter to my future self and 5 things I would tell my younger self. I had talked about how I wish that, I'll let you guys go watch. I talked about some things related to this in that video. I'll let you guys go check it out. But basically, I wish I had traveled sooner, and I wish I did not put off trips. When I finally got the opportunity to travel, it just felt like something had been lifted off of my shoulders. Like, my soul had been like fed. I just felt like not like a new person, but kind of enlightened, just in what I was able to experience, and just being out of my state or my city. You realize that the world, there's like so many opportunities, there's so many things that you could do. The world is so much bigger than what you grew up in, the ways that you know. And for me, that changed my life, being able to experience just these different ways of life, meeting people who do not speak the same language, who are not from the same place. And it's a healthy thing for me. Obviously, I wish I could travel more. I have had the opportunity to travel a good amount, and I want that for all of you. I have grown so much as a person, and I think the #1 reason is because I have traveled. And I don't know, it's just something that I look forward to all the time. Yeah, I remember my first time out of the country. I was so nervous. It's crazy, especially when you grow up in like the US where there's so many different ways of life, and then you go to a country where, you know, it's just like so different. It's just so different. And it's like amazing at the same time, and it's scary at the same time, and it's liberating at the same time. And traveling is just a must, and it's life changing. And I don't know if I want to do this, but if you guys are interested, comment down below and like this video. That'll let me know that you guys do want to see videos like this. But again, I didn't make this video to brag in any sort of way. It's just to educate, to influence you guys to want to be able to travel for yourself and to make it happen. But I do have and plan to do some travel vlogs or just travel videos just to show you guys of places that you should go. I'm not sure if I'll do it, but if you guys are interested and ask for it, I will incorporate those to my channel, or I'll think about it a little bit more and then incorporate them into my channel. Again, let me know. So next, I want to talk about my favorite way to travel, and then other ways, or ways that you could travel for you, because obviously traveling can be expensive. There's ways that you could be taken advantage of money-wise. You got to be smart. There's so many deals out there, especially nowadays. There's so many ways to have an affordable trip and make it work for you. All right, so my number freaking one way to travel. I get so excited every time I think about it, and let me tell you the story. So I had a family member that was like, hey, want to go with me on a cruise? It seems like this super fancy, extravagant, like really just like, oh, okay, you're on a boat and you're eating blah. Okay. I also believe that this industry has exploded in the last couple of years, so that has a lot to do with it. I got invited to go on a cruise with a family member, and at first, like, you know, it was still my early days. I haven't traveled too much. I did a little bit, but I was just like really not knowing what to expect, and this was like a couple years back, so it was still like cruising was still like exploding, or was about to explode, or at least for me. So I was like, sure, okay, I'll go cruising. What are we gonna do? This was a cruise to Mexico. So yeah, I ended up going, and it was the most life-changing experience of my life, and cruising changed my whole traveling ways. I just love traveling. It changed my life. Cruising is my number one go-to, and let me tell you why. So they take care of you so good. You don't have to worry about driving anywhere. You don't have to worry about your food. You don't have to worry about activities. You could like drink and be okay as long as you're responsible, obviously. They treat you so good. Imagine leaving your room 5 times in one day and coming back and your room is completely clean, your bed is completely made, depending on the cruise line. I know some cruises, they leave like little cute little things in your room between each clean, or some chocolates. Like seriously, it makes you feel like you're on top of the world. Like literally you don't have to lift a finger to cruise. So obviously there's a lot of germs that go around in cruises, so you do want to be cautious. A lot of people suffer from seasickness. They make bans, and do more research on this, but there's different parts of the ship that you could actually stay in that will help ease your seasickness, and then as you go more you'll get used to it. But basically, so I went on the cruise ship for the first time. There was like comedy shows and theaters, and there's a casino, and there's like formal nights where you dress up, eat at a fancy restaurant, and then you walk through the ship and they take your photo on these backdrops, and you just feel like $1,000,000, for lack of better terms. And it's just so fun. Plus, for me, I love being on the water anyways, and the fact that you're going from port to port to port, you get to see different places all on one trip. Like I said, you don't have to drive, cook, all that good stuff. Oh my god, I could talk about it forever. I can't wait till my next cruise. Don't know when that is yet. But if you guys can go, definitely try it. Cruising, I could talk about it forever. If you want another video, there's so many things I could go into detail with. I could talk about it all day, but don't want this video to be too long. So I'm gonna roll into the next idea, which is affordable ways and ways that you can make traveling happen for you. Okay, so some ways that you can make it happen is to cut back. First of all, cut back on those little treats that you get every day. Maybe it's like a coffee or like eating out or going out on the weekend. Cut out on that stuff. It's amazing how much you save by just like cutting out on that stuff. Go on your phone or your credit card and cut out things that you don't basically need. Cut out subscriptions that you don't really use. Find alternatives to things that you can. So the first tip is to cut back on things that you don't necessarily need, that are more of a luxury. It might suck for a while, but the more you do it, you'll get used to it. And then when you travel, you'll be like, oh my God, why did I wait so long? Like, this isn't so bad to be able to have that experience. Another thing that you could do is you could, I know a lot of, actually met this guy who like has been like doing this for like years, and I was so jealous. But look into working on a cruise line. It's a lot of work, but a lot of people get to see the world this way. That's not ideal for everybody, but it is an option. Another thing that you could do is to travel is to study abroad. I know I had the opportunity to do this in the past. I didn't do it. I wish I did. If you're a student or you're wanting to learn a new culture or language, take an opportunity to travel abroad. You could take out a loan, a small loan. When you get there, you could try and find a little job to help you make it work. You could do it. And then the last thing I kind of want to talk about is look into like hostels and deals online and like all these ways that you could travel affordably, because the opportunities are out there. I cannot give you all the answers, but you could do research. I could also do more in detail video if you guys want me to. Comment down below. It'll be all about affordable ways to travel. I might just do one. Again, I'm passionate about cruising, but traveling in general is a life changer, and I just want to excite you guys about the opportunity, because I want to change your lives and pushing you guys to want that for yourself and to pushing for that for yourself. Yeah, life's too short, and it's about experiences, it's about traveling, and I think I want that for you guys. I hope you guys kind of enjoyed watching this, enjoyed a little bit of my excitement. I hope it like went off camera to you guys. As always, if I could at least make a difference in someone's life through my videos, that makes a difference for me, in addition to connecting with you guys. If you have any questions or have had an experience, go ahead and comment down below. I'd love to hear about your travel experiences or just things you guys want to do. My travel dream is to be able to do an all around the world cruise. Yeah, I'm gonna try and make that happen. That's typically like months at a time, and it costs a couple $1,000s. So I gotta work towards that one, but that would be my travel dream. Comment down below what's your guys' travel dream. Yeah, so again, thank you for tuning into this video. If you would like some more in-depth I don't know, I can't talk, I think I need some water. In-depth travel content, comment below. Let me know what you're interested in. Like this video, that's how I know you like it, and I will keep bringing in some travel content. Think about it. I might just do it, but I would love for you guys to just share your thoughts. So again, thank you for tuning into this video. I will see you in my next one, and again, thank you for supporting, and ciao.